Seekonk Speedway, the action track at East. We have some good racing here tonight.
stock division this year from South Attleboro, the New England Recycling, W.E. Freight Trucking. Daytime Engineering, number 16 for Stacy Moulton. Next up in 6th, the rookie in the division this year from North Dayton, Mass. in the Broadway Kid. Lilly brings him down through 3 and out of 4, and he gets the green, this time by from Yarrington, and we're off.
And Yarrington, our chief starter, likes the way he looks. Green flag is out, we're underway as Lil gets a good jump going into turns 1 and out of 2.
Lilly still in command of the lead, but he's being pressured heavily from Wainwright on the bottom and Plant on the outside in the 05. As they come across the stripe for the first circuit, it is Lilly in the lead right now.
Plant driving a brand new car for 1997 in that 05 Camaro. Normally runs with a full body, full chassis automobile. Went to a Camaro. It looks like he's having a lot of luck at the beginning of 97.
Paul Mealy in that number 22, as I have stated already, a feature winner early on in this season. Seems to be moving up through the pack in the number 22, M. Flint & Sons Camaro. Tom Furtado having a little trouble in the number 5 as he falls backwards on the high side.
Wainwright getting a good jump under Lilly down the back straightaway. Now takes over the lead. The 01 is Steve Randall following soon. Here comes the 16 of Stacy Moulton as he works his way into the 4th spot down low.
Well, Wainwright, your new leader. Randall up to 2nd and Moulton challenging for 3rd right now on the bottom of Lilly. As we come through to complete another circuit, this time by Wainwright continues to lead. Randall 2nd, Moulton 3rd. Lilly 4th, and Mealy now up to 5th in the number 22.
Mealy trying to get down low underneath Lilly. Lilly slams the door. That opens up Plant on the outside as he tries to work his way back to the front where he just fell.
This time halfway by for Wainwright in the 89. Halfway this time by.
Well, the 7 of Pete Simpson having some problems in that 3rd and 4th corner. Gets that car straightened out as he gathers it back up and stays under green.
Morrow, your point leader in the 38. Cox Communications TCI Press Camaro making his way, trying to get a top 500 spot as he tries to work on the 22 of Mealy.
6 cars to qualify out of this 10-lap heat event, and that puts Morrow right on the bubble as he tries to get by Mealy and move into 5th.
Well, Morrow now tries the outside of Mealy, trying to take over this 5th spot as Wainwright continues to lead the event. The black flag is showing. Not sure if it was shown from the 22 or the 23 as Lilly gets all crossed up coming out of 2.
3 wide down the backstretch, Mealy down low, Little in the middle, and the 38 of Morrow up high. Morrow doesn't lose any positions, doesn't gain them either as Demure tries to work his way down low, 3 wide into 1 and 2 as once again the black flag is shown, and it looks like for Keith Morrow on the 38.
Wainwright still leading. Moulton now looking to take over the 2nd spot from Randall in the 01. The white flag is showing. The 23 of Lilly goes around. The 5 of Furtado's all sideways coming out of 4 as the white continues to wave. Lilly sits on the bottom of the speedway. Wainwright still your leader. As they come through 3, the yellow is out.
Yellow out for the 23 of Shane Lilly, who sits down in the apron between turn 3 and 4. I'm not able to get that car fired up. The black flag was being thrown to the number 22 of Paul Mealy. A tough break for him. Looks like he's going to have to go in the pits. Ed Yarrington throwing the green flag. Everybody's slow on the start. A great jump by Wainwright. That pulls Stacy Moulton in the 16 right with him. Randall gets a little high on the 01, and Mealy gets underneath to move into that 3rd spot.
How did he stay there? Mealy, how did he get back up there?
White flag one more time around, and Wainwright, Moulton 1-2. Some tire smoke from the 05 Betty Clay, the 5 of Tom Furtado as they try to get through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Moulton gets a great jump underneath, tries to make it, but watch the fight for 6th. A good battle up front. Checkered flag is out. Oh, a little bit of contact, and Moulton takes down the win with Wainwright. Mealy, the Demure is running out 4th, and it looked like almost a dead heat between the 38. Round number 2 for the street stocks will roll out onto the speedway, and this is the way they're scheduled to go. On the pole, out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, in the 3D rigging, A&A Auto Body Woods Towing, number 47. That's going to be John Belmont in the 47. Outside of John, out of Block Island, Rhode Island, in the Captain Nick's Rock and Roll Bar. Block Island Recycling, Yellow Kittens Tavern, number 13. It's going to be Rob Murphy. In this 10-lap heat event, Ed Yarrington looks him down. Green is out, and we're underway. Belmont a little slow on the start as the 13 of Murphy gets a good jump in. Oh, push off the start. Belmont a little high, some contact. That allows Beardwood in the 28 to get underneath. That puts Murphy way up high in the 3rd groove.
Edward in the 28 trying to take over the lead is being pressured now from Radcliffe and Bobby. Oh, Bobby Bangkok gets a little sideways going into 1. Recollects the car as he tries to get it straightened out coming out of 2. Belmont has moved up to 3rd. as Murphy has settled down and now back up to 4th in the number 13.
Murphy. Belmont gets that car straightened out as he slams the door on the number 21 of Betancourt. Murphy still caught up high. And look at Laurel looking to make it 3 wide down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3.
Well, the 28 of Millwood still your leader. Radcliffe applying pressure on the number 84, the veteran in the street stocks in second. There goes Bobby Betancourt with a move on the bottom. And D. Gasparri's follows suit in the number 71.
Laurel still running up high, gets by Murphy, D. Gasparri, and Belmont, all in one shot down the backstretch. Moves his way up into 4th, D. Gasparri sits 5th, and Lenny McQuaid rounds out the top 6 qualifier.
Well, Murphy having problems in that number 13 as he's falling all the way from the outside pole position to the rear of the pack. Betancourt on the high side of Radcliffe right now in that number 21 as he looks up to take over the lead at the halfway point, or at least second spot, I should say.
Some great 3-wide action. The 28 of Beardwood still leads them down, but heading into turn 1. Oh, Radcliffe just squeezing it out between the 28 and the 21 of Betancourt. Betancourt takes over the lead.
Betancourt looks real good right now, Kevin, in that number 21, a veteran of many years in the street stock ranks here at Seekonk.
Well, he starts to pull away from Beardwood and the rest of the field. Radcliffe caught up high as he runs the outside of Laurel. Laurel making some great moves on the outside, has worked his way up to 4th, but here comes Radcliffe on the high side.
Radcliffe, oh, looks like Bearwood has a problem with the 28 right now as he's slowed down just a bit. Having some trouble, but he seems to be gathering it up as Radcliffe's still working him high on the outside.
Laurel trying to look for a hole any way he can. This time by it's the popsicle sticks for Betancourt and the rest of the field. And oh, the 28 gets extremely sideways, but keeps it going as Radcliffe gets by Laurel trying to get his way through.
Well, Radcliffe is now taking over sole possession of second. Beardwood is 3rd in the 28, and Laurel has come to a slow on the backstretch in the number 65.
Tough break
1
for
to go.
Tough break for Laurel with 1 to go as Betancourt continues to open up a lead over the rest of the field. D. Gasparri now has moved his way into second. Here comes Fernandez on the high side trying to follow suit. Beardwood still in 3rd. McQuaid right there trying to make it 3 wide, but not enough room. Checkered flag is out, and Bobby Betancourt in for the win.
Radcliffe will pull down second, followed by D. Gasparri, Fernandez, Beardwood, McQuaid are your top 6 cars as they'll move on to the feature event. The second street stock event, here's the 3rd street stocks as they roll out onto the speedway. Starting on the pole for the 3rd street stock heat of the evening, hailing from Easton, Mass, driving the number 51 is Mike Teague alongside Mike. From Oak Bluffs, Massachusetts, driving the number 72 is Al Clements. And next up from Lakeville in the
of heat action for the street stocks, looking for the green, and Ed Yarrington shaking his head no, he doesn't like what he sees. It looks like we're going to try it one more time next time by. Everybody's still racing out there on the back straightaway into 3 and 4. The yellow flag is being shown.
Right now, the drivers might be having a hard time seeing the yellow that first time by. Thank you very much, Kate.
I'm going to try this one more time, get the curves lined up. Don't forget to stop on down at the base of the town and pick up tonight's
Yet in this street stock, the green is out this time back by Fatigue and Clements.
Side-by-side action into turn 1 and 2. Teague down low, Clements up high. Sherman, a little bit of a problem as she drops back from Sutcliffe.
Your leader after 1 is Teague in the 51, followed by Clements. Sutcliffe sitting in 3rd now from his 4th starting spot as he makes a move for 2nd underneath the 72 of Clements.
Sutcliffe up to 2nd, Clements back to 3rd, and here comes Sherman back on the inside. That car pushing extreme off the corner, and Kohler trying to make a fit underneath as Sherman battles with the 72, and oh, Kevin Houghton, the 27, a big problem in that car, throwing a lot of fluid onto the track into turns 1 and 2.
The 72 of Clements goes around, he gets into the 4 of Kohler. Everyone seems to be able to keep going as the yellow is out for all that fluid leaking that has been leaking from the bringing them through 3 and rolling them out of 4 for the green. The green is waved, we're off. Sutcliffe gets a dynamite jump on the outside of Teague as he brings the 36 Camaro into the lead, going through 1 and 2 as he hopes to extend that advantage as he goes down the back chute.
Sherman trying to hold on to the outside, and it looks like the 4 of Cola trying to make that 3 wide as he tries to squeeze in. Not enough room, looks to hide, no room there as he is stuck behind Sherman. Sherman falling back just a little bit as the 72 of Clements, the 76 of Napier, and the 59 of Farrow all get by.
Plenty of banging going on early in this street stock event, but Sutcliffe is very under control in that number 36. He has a comfortable lead ahead of Teague in the 51. It's Sutcliffe, Teague, Clements, Napier, and Farrow, your top 5.
Where are we? Kevin, what was the sign?
This time by, it's halfway for this Jeff Sutcliffe in the number 36.
Pretty much is all this stuff along the bottom. Where is it?
As right now you can see the 4 of Cola making a move on the Farrow, and here comes Rusty Bryan in that number 08. Remember, 6 move on, the rest go to a consolation. Bryant's on the bubble. Sutcliffe in that number 36 hated performance is having a tremendous run out here tonight. Has a very comfortable lead over the Teague in the 51. Bryan on the high side now in the Everett Auto Parts number 08, trying to take over the 4th position from Al Clements. Sutcliffe, Teague, Napier, and now Rusty Bryan has moved into the 4th spot as he tries to work on Napier for 3rd. 2 to go this time by. Rusty Bryan putting on a heck of a show on the outside as usual as he tries to work around Napier. He has him in his sights, and now he sets it on Teague in the 51. Whoa, to the high side is Rusty. 1 to go as Sutcliffe continues to have a great advantage.
Rusty's got that 0-8 flying. Teague a little bit push off the corner. That allows Napier to get by along with Clements, the 4 of Cola, and looks like Farrow and Rotundo all get by. 51, he's definitely got a problem.
And here comes your winner in the number 36 Hayden Performance Camaro is Jeff Sutcliffe. Rusty Bryan coming from the 9th starting position up to 2nd. Napier takes 3rd. Cole 4th. Clements 5th. And
Dan Perry outside of Dan out of New Bedford, Mass. In the Whitewater Seafood Juniors Auto Supply, Bob Butler, the Pump Man, number 43, it's Carlos Felipe. Starting 7th out of Edgartown, Mass. And the sponsor wanted number 16, it's Ted Bernard outside of Ted out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. And Dave Gavlik going number 14, it's Mike Ribello. Starting Tiverton Auto Parts, Rayline Racing, Shays Getty, number 10, it's Leon Hayes. And starting scratch as they go to green out of Middleborough, Mass. In the My Tin Man Diner, Mr. Glass. Number 89, it's Steve Vangelis.
well, you can see the 10 of Leon Hayes is leaking fluid all over the speedway right now. As he is flying too, this could be a dangerous situation for his competitors. The 14 of Ribello goes around, coming out of 4, but right now you can see the 10 leaking fluid all over the place. As he is being black flagged, whether he can see that or not will be told. Watch George Tripp in the 45. He's the veteran now in this division, moving to the front.
Tripp has got a good run going in that number 45, but the car on the move, the 22 Hugh Bowser, moved up from 4th to 1st quickly, and is quickly extending his lead over the 9 of Scott Vanville.
Well, the 10 of Hayes has now acknowledged the black flag as he was leaking fluid pretty badly out of that number 10 Volkswagen Rabbit. George Tripp on the outside trying to make his move to the front, but sitting out in front comfortably in the number 22 is Hugh Bowser. Tripp goes around to the 45 as he comes down the front stretch.
Carlos Felipe running great in that number 43 and only his 2nd race in the Formula 4 as they cross the halfway. It's Bowser, Vanville, Felipe, the 35 of Dan Perry, and the 13 of Jim Martins rounding out the top 5.
Well, Hugh Bowser has a tremendous lead on the rest of the field, the number 22. He was a rookie last year in the division, had a good shot at the championship until the last race when Ray Barrett overtook him for the championship, but right now he is leading this Formula 4A feature.
Close call as he went by the 7 of Randy Pontes. Randy with a push off the corner, almost got into the left rear quarter of Bowser as he continues to annihilate the field with just 2 laps left. Barring any problems, it looks like he's got this race all wrapped up. Carlos Felipe in the 43 has moved up to 2nd, but he's got a long way to go to catch the leader. The 35 of Perry sits 3rd. Vanville sits 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is still Martins with just less than a lap to go for your leader, Hugh Bowser, in that number 22. Down the back straightaway he goes, cutting through lap traffic, gets by the 85. Now sets his sights on the 89, checkered flag is out, and Hugh Bowser in the Holiday Lane, CNC Rigging, Conlin Signs, Dave Custom Woodworking, Citywide Auto Glass, number 22 takes down the win. Carlos Felipe finishes 2nd. Dan Perry in the 35, Scott Vanville and it looks like James Martin's in the number 13 round out the top 5 cars.
And the number 95 is Greg Jacobs. Next up from Tiverton, the Bob Luongo's Auto and Truck Sales number 21 for Ned Ryan alongside Ned, starting in 10th. Hailing from Little Compton, driving the number 99 is Jim Helga. That car is also up for sale if anyone's looking to get into racing. Next up from New Bedford, driving the number 17 is Dave Brightman alongside of David. And the number 50 from Waltham is 3 out of 4. Looking for the green this time by. The green is out, and Silva gets the jump.
De Silva with a great jump at Castro right on her bumper as he tries to work his way in the front. Little contact there, and that opens up the bottom lane for Sprague in the 80 as Castro all of a sudden has got a problem and he's slow, along with the 06 of Vincent. Sprague down low takes over the lead as De Silva gets caught up by. Here comes the 61 of Brodeur into third as he gets extremely loose going into the corner.
Castro having some problems in that brand new number 0 this year. Video leader is Sprague, but watch on the bottom. The 17 of Dave Brightman making a run for the front.
Brightman is already up to third right behind De Silva, and that puts Brodeur in the 61 back into fifth as Sprague continues to open up a 6-car length lead over the rest of the field.
Brightman trying to make a move underneath the Silva, but has to wait another lap as this just enhances Sprague's lead.
A little bit of contact off the 4th corner. That puts Brightman underneath the Silva. And Wayne King Jr. tries to follow suit. He sits in third as Castro has that 0 straightened out and he's back underway.
Halfway by this time around as your leader is still Sprague. Brightman running second. King sits third with the Silva holding on to 4th and Ned Ryan in 5th.
That 3D rigging car number 80 for Richard Sprague opening up a big lead over the rest of the field, but here comes Brightman trying to close it up with just a few laps remaining, and Brightman has got that 17 car flying.
As you can see, the 0 car of Castro limping along through turns 3 and 4, but here comes Dave Brightman in the number 17 with 2 to go.
2 laps remaining. Sprague has lit pretty much from the drop to the green, but here comes Brightman all over the back bumper of Sprague as he tries to look high and low any way he can get by into that front spot. This time by, they're going to see the white flag.
Sprague and Brightman are your front runners right now. 1 to go as Brightman's looking for some daylight to take over the lead from Sprague on the last circuit. King holding on to 3rd, Ryan sits 4th, and De Silva rounds out the top 5.
Down the back straightaway for the final time, Sprague trying to run that loop. Brightman gets a little bump off the 4th corner. Here they come, and it's going to be Sprague by a nose, and Brightman gets into him, spins both cars around. Sprague taking down the win in that 3D rigging automobile. Brightman second, Tim, Luongo, and Brodeur rounds out the top 5 in this B Formula 4 feature event.
Well, that wraps up the Formula 4 events for this evening, and right now I'd like to introduce
Ford, Allendale Auto Body Promotional Accessories number 2. It's Tom Kiefer outside of Tom with a Seekonk gas in the Warwick Musical Theater. World Wrestling Federation Timothy's Place number. A slow start down to the line at Yarrington, awaiting them patiently, Carter and Carrero. Carrero's first start on up front. A little bit of bump from behind, a little slow in the start. Green flag is out, and Carter gets a great jump over the rest of the field. Pepin follows into second as the 21 of Brian Clark has quickly moved his way into third. Carrero gathers it back up to 4th, and the 12 of Ethel Mato rounds out the top 5 as they complete lap number 1.
Well, Jeff Carter has a comfortable lead right now in the number 3 as he is pulled away. As Pepin in the 7-6 second, and Brian Clark in the number 21 is in 3rd.
The 2 of Tom Kiefer making a good jump under Mato as he gets into that 5th spot right behind him. Last week's feature winner, Dave Darling, as he moves up to 6th. And Robin Sloan not having much luck as she sits scratch on the field right now.
Brian Clark making a move for 2nd right now as he is closed in on the number 7 of Pepin. Carrero still sits 4th as Kiefer in the number 2 fire truck is running 5th, looking to take over 4th this time by.
Clark looks to the high side of Pepin down the front straightaway, trying to work his way into that 2nd spot as the 2nd and 3rd place trucks are closed in on your leader, Jeff Carter. This time by it's halfway, and it's Carter over the rest of the field.
Dave Dowling in that number 52 Everett's Auto Parts Chevy is making his move to the top 5 right now. He started in 9th position, last week's winner.
Norm Holden, 3-time Pro Stock champ, has moved up to 6th, but we've got a great battle going on up front. Carter with a close lead over Tracy the Kid Pepin, the 21 of Brian Clark, the 2 of Tom Kiefer, and the 52 of Dave Darling, all under a blanket as they cross the popsicle sticks this time by. It's 2 to go.
Jeff Carter still holding on to the lead, although it is shrunk immensely as Brian Clark now works to the outside of Carter in the number 21. Butsy in the 63 having problems coming out of 2. 1 to go this time by for Jeff Carter and the rest of the gang. Pepin looks to the low side as Carter moves up high on the speedway.
Carter a little bit worried about Clark on the outside, pushes his truck up high, and that opens up the bottom lane to 7. Tracy the Kid Pepin makes it 3 wide down the back straightaway. Pepin takes over the lead. Clark second. Carter back to third. Checkered flag is out, and it's going to be Pepin, Clark, Carter, the 2 of Kiefer, and the 52 of Darling rounding out the top 5 with Sloan and the 61 of Norm Holding rounding.
A long-time Pro 4 modified contender here at Seekonk and in the Pro 4 Tour, hailing from Millville, and the Mike's Auto Repair, Northeast Auto Recycling and Auto Parts, Rick's Car Wash, number 17 for Joe LeMay. Starting 7th from Assonet, Mass. in the Flint Farms, Bug Stevens Freetown Auto Parts, number 13 for Billy Flint. Macedonio's first start on the pole. The check-in is out, and Kenny Casper gets the jump as they come by the start-finish line.
Well, Casper with a great jump over the rest of the field quickly moves into the first spot, putting Macedonia in second. A good battle for third with LeMay and McCrowan in that number 65 truck. Bobby Pellin Jr. electing to start at the rear of the field until he gets that number 56 truck straightened out.
Kenny Casper seemed to have his problems worked out from last week as he was having motor problems again in the number 28 truck. But right now, your defending track champion is the leader of this second qualifying event. It's trouble for DeJesus in the 26, otherwise known as Roscoe around the speedway here. A former champion here when he had the Charger division. Your leader is still the 28 of Casper. Macedonia holding on to second. McCrowan in the number 65, the rookie in the truck's holding on to third with his Formula 4 motor still in the power plant of that truck.
Ray Sullier in the number 24 trying to follow suit down low, but it's a tough battle between those 4 trucks. McCrowan in the 65, LeMay in the 17, the 24 of Ray Sullier, and the 13 of Bill Flynn, all battling for position as they try to hunt down your leader, Kenny Casper.
And this time it's halfway by for Kenny Casper and that Shady Tree Auto Sales for Ferris Insurance. Number 28, Macedonio now being heavily pressured from the 65 of McCrowan. McCrowan trying to make a move to the low side of the 14, but LeMay goes to the high side of the 14, and Flint in the 13 is in tow.
A great battle for that second spot. Macedonia in the number 14 trying to hold on, but he's got heavy pressure from McCrowan as McCrowan tries to look low into him, and LeMay tries to look high, looking to make it 3 wide into turns 3 and 4, but not enough room as McCrowan takes over the second spot with just 2 laps to go.
Pat McCrowan in that number 65 M&M Landscaping Chevy is doing a fine job. Oh, tough break for Billy Flint in the Buck Stevens Freetown Auto Parts number 13. Watch the wizard, Ray Sullier, has now moved up the 3rd spot and is challenging Pat McCrowan for 2nd.
3 wide down the front straightaway for that 4th spot, and LeMay coming out ahead. Thompson right there in the 6th underneath as he looks to make his way towards the front. Macedonia right behind, running out the top 6 trucks. Checkered flag is out, and it's going to be Kenny Casper in for the win, but a great battle for 2nd.
Well, McCrowan will take it down. Sullier 3rd, Thompson 4th, LeMay 5th, and Macedonio sits 6th in the number 14. But good job to Kenny Casper in the number 20.
32 is going to be Bill Goodrow. Starting 7th out of Assonet, Mass. is the Bristol County Modular Homes Fleet Environment Grampy's Corner Store number 57, driven by Dean Petty. Ed Yarrington looking him over D'Amelia and Taylor. Green flag is out, and D'Amelia gets a little bit of a jump, but Taylor gathers it back up on the outside as it's 98 of Pierce is off to a slow start. Down the back straightaway they go. D'Amelia out front, and here comes the 42 of Leclerc on the inside trying to take over that 2nd spot from the 4 of Taylor with Corey Woodrow right behind in that Dickinson's number at 21.
Well, Bobby Leclerc in the Hollister Auto Body number 42 makes a move under the 5 of D'Amelia as he tries to take over the lead. Corey Boudreau in the number 21 tries to follow suit. Leclerc is your new leader.
Leclerc in the Nantucket Sun Care number 42 takes over the lead. Corey Boudreau in the 21 second, and here comes Wright for 3rd and almost 3 wide into turn number 3. Dean Petty down low underneath D'Amelia, and at the end of the 3rd having some problems getting through traffic. Goodrow a little bit sideways into turn 1.
Bobby Leclerc is your leader with Boudreaux holding down second. Now the 0 of Robert Wright moves into third. Petty is up to fourth. Ribby trying to take over fifth as the 5 of D'Amelia seems to be falling backwards from his starting pole position.
Steve Ribby started ninth on the field, has quickly worked up to fifth in the early laps of this first heat event for the Sportsman division. That Everett Auto Parts number 18 has been absolutely flying from week one. A dead heat week one, and almost a dead heat last week as he finished second to Ed Gannon in the third. Quickly up to fifth. Halfway is Corey Boudreaux giving heavy pressure to your leader, Bobby Leclerc, looking high and looking low as he tries to get by.
Top 6 will move on to the feature event. The rest will have to try to run a consolation event. Right now, your 1995 Sportsman champion Bobby Leclerc is your leader. Boudreaux to the high side, trying to catch Leclerc and try to sail past him. Petty holds on to fourth, with Wright is sitting in third, and Ribby rounds out the top 5.
Leclerc starting to open up a little bit of a lead as Corey Boudreaux tries to get some momentum going on the high side. A little bit loose off that second corner. Leclerc, Boudreaux, Wright, Petty, and Ribby, your top 5 bumper to bumper as they come off at turn number 4. Taylor extremely loose off the corner as Ed Gannon moves to the high side, tries to get into that 7 spot and 1 spot out of qualifying, but he's having problems getting that car hooked on the outside.
2 to go, this time 5 for Bobby L. and Corey Boudreaux. As they sit first and second, Gannon has now worked his way around the 4 of Taylor. Goodrow is in your last qualifying spot, which will transfer to the feature event. 1 to go, this time by.
White flag is off to Boudreaux and the 42 of Leclerc as they run side by side out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Leclerc trying to hold on. Corey trying to get a run on the outside off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is waving, and it's going to be Leclerc in for the win with Corey Boudreaux second. Ross Wright the 0, 13, Petty 4th, Steve Ribby 5th, and rounding out the top 6 qualifiers will be the
56 and 149, and I will run those down momentarily once again. Starting on the pole from East Bridgewater, Mass. in the Century Auto Sales number 00 is Mike Becker, alongside Mike from Warwick in the Nats and Linwood Cohen, and starting last on the grid out of Norton in the number 02 is Leroy Hudson. The green is out for this second Sportsman qualifying event, and Becker has the lead as Goodrow in the 31 looks to the low side of Vanessa, and Reed follows suit.
Reed with a good jump down low, going from behind the 9 of Vanessa to underneath down the back straightaway as he quickly moves up into the 3rd spot. Vanessa back to 4th, Clark and Lawrence battling for that 6th and final qualifying spot here in the early going.
And watch Kenny Spencer in the number 3 trying to make a move under the 81 of James Lawrence. This time by, oh, we got some cars going sideways. The 9 and the 00 get collected. Kenny Spencer loops it in 1. James Lawrence able to make it through along with Leroy Hudson.
Kenny Spencer with a flat right rear, that's what sent him around. Mike Becker with a flat left rear, that's what sent him around. Hit the strike, green is out, and we're back underway.
Well, Goodrow and Reed almost in a dead heat as they go into 1. Young having problems on the start as he gets a little shove from the 00. Right now, your leader is the 31 of Goodrow. Looks like Vanessa's having some problems in the number 9 right now. Lawrence in the 81 looks to go around him. He has some tire problems as the body is rubbing on the right rear, as you can see that, Kevin.
Some heavy smoke from Paul Vanessa. And black flag was given to him last time. Lawrence right behind trying to get by, but here comes Young on the outside, and then number 99, as he's got that car back underway. Well, the black flag out for Vanessa with that heavy right rear smoke, and well, in a couple of laps, he just may, that sheet metal just may cut through the tire, and he may have some more serious problems later on, as we've got a great battle for a 2nd spot. Reed on the outside, Goodrow down low. Here comes Clark, and Goodrow with a problem in the 31.
Oh, yes, Goodrow's off the pace in the number 31. That gives the lead to Reed. Clark's in 2nd. Young 3rd. James Lawrence up to 4th in the 81. Goodrow seems to be back under power though now in the TA Larry Plumbing. Right now, we have a yellow out for the 9 of Paul Vanessa.
Well, Paul Vanessa.
Bring him down. Yarrington throws the green. We're back to racing. Goodrow with the jump as they go into 1, and the Proclaim plus number 96 Clark looks to the outside. Oh, the 3 of Kenny Spencer goes around in the center of 2 in the Rainham Auto Sales. And number 3, right now, Yarrington looking, see if Spencer can fire. We will have another caution on the field.
Well, Spencer unable to get that Marina Moto Sales number 3 started. He's going to need an assistance. There he goes. He gets that going, and he's going to rejoin at the rear off the
over. Goodrow gets the jump coming out of 4. Right now it's your leader, Goodrow, and the Cleary Plumbing. Number 31 as he goes through 1 and out of 2. Clark holds on to 2nd, Reed 3rd, Young 4th, and James Lawrence sits 5th. Goodrow continues to lead this event, followed by Clark. Reed is on the low side along with Lawrence. The only one working the high side right now in the 99 is Glenn Young. Young trying to overtake Reed right now for the 3rd spot as he does so halfway by this time around. Goodrow being pressured heavily right now from Clark in the number 96. Young sitting in 3rd, Reed 4th, Lawrence in 5th, and Becker sits in 6th, the last transfer spot to the feature.
Well, Young's got that 99 working great on the high side, and again the 00 effect goes around, and Linwood Town getting involved in some contact in turns 1 and 2 as the 89 are Reed and the 31 of Goodrow get together.
There you go. Great opportunity for the Devil.
Heat out onto the track now, and this is the way they're going to go on the pole out of Westport, Massachusetts. In the Rainbow Rentals VOC Gases Nexus Worldwide Web Services, number 95, that's going to be Billy Manchester. Outside, starting scratch on the field out of Warwick, Rhode Island. And the sponsor one at 09, it's Richard Wisher III. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Well, Manchester with a good jump in the Rainbow Rentals, number 95, is your leader with Colvin following in the number 6 Ford. Tetro, the rookie, in the number 62 G-Lips Construction sits 3rd as Manchester and Colvin get sideways. Coming out of 4, Lawton now to the high side of Banford looking for some running room.
Still some speedy dry on the track. That's the reason you see some of these cars getting loose. But it looks like Kenny Banford in the number 88 has a bigger problem than that as he's dropped deep in the field as Glenn Lawton has worked his way up to 4th and now sits his sights on 3rd on the outside of Tatro in the number 62.
Glenn Lawton looking very strong early going in this 3rd Street Sportsman qualifying heat. But Billy Manchester in the Rainbow Rentals, number 95. Your feature story in the Bull River Herald News this week from Dana Rowe is Billy Manchester in that Rainbow Rentals, number 95.
The 09 of Richard Wisher problems as he loses a bunch of spots on the back straightaway. He had already passed a few cars. Now he's back to scratch on the field. Back up front, we've got a great battle for second as Kenny Colvin tries to hold on. But here comes Lawton and Tatro as they try to work their way through.
Tatro to the bottom of Colvin in the number 62. The rookie is taking over 2nd spot as Colvin is settled into 3rd with Lawton sitting 4th. Manchester extends his lead in the number 95.
Sitting 6th on the field, the last qualifying spot right now, Scott Serendinsky in the number 22. Gives that position to Kenny Banford in the number 88 as LaBelle and Estrella just 1 and 2 spots out of qualifying for the feature event.
Well, here comes the 22 of Serendinsky to the high side along, looking to take over 4th spot this time by.
Well, Manchester opening up a big lead over the rest of the field. Tatro trying to close it up as he opens up from the number 6 of Colvin in 3rd. 4th, Lawton sits now, but he's got heavy pressure from the 22 of Scott Serendinsky. And Scotty Estrella has just moved into the 6th and final qualifying spot.
Manchester still your leader in the Rainbow Rentals, number 95, as he has a comfortable lead over the rookie of Tetro in the Motortech number 62.
The battle right now is for 3rd is Ed Youngton. Lets Glenn Lawton know he's watching him as LaBelle goes around in the 2nd corner. Wisher goes around and some contact there. That's going to bring out the first portion of this heat event. Not what Billy Manchester wanted to do.
Well, a gigantic lead is now evaporated for the Rainbow Rentals VOC Gases, number 95.
In the number 45. Yerenson looking him over, likes what he sees. Green flag is out and we're back underway.
Well, Manchester with another good jump over Tetro in the 62. The 6 of Colvin is now tucked into 2nd spot, and the Serendinsky in the 22 looking to the low side and take over 3rd.
Well, Glenn Lawton not having any luck, and a little bit of contact between him and Estrella. Both cars getting sideways, but Estrella getting the worst of it, and it took him the whole front straightaway to gather it back up, and he lost himself a qualifying spot.
Yeah, that hurt Scotty as he has put himself right out of qualifying unless he can get up and around the 55. Lawton able to hold on and stay in 5th spot. Manchester still your leader in the number 95. Colvin being pressured by Serendinsky in the 22.
Down the back straightaway for the final time into 3 out of 4. Checkered flag is waving, and Billy Manchester takes down the win over Colvin. Serendinsky, the 62 at Tatro. Glenn Lawton in the number 70 and the 55.
Rhode Island Drive Shaft, Copperfield's Lounge, number 99 for Wayne Dion. Starting next in the Cisco's performance, number 4 from Plainville is Jeff McCaw. Next up in the sponsor one at number 87 is Mike Cavallaro, starting 6th. Out of Cumberland, the BJ McCaw. Dewey and Hassel bring him down, looking for the green. The green is out. Dewey gets a jump as he brings him into 1 and 2. Hassel on the outside. Dion in the 99 looking to the low side. Dion gets his number 99 car into the 15 of Hassel. McCaw sits in 4th as Cavallaro and Newman battle it out. Your leader is Dewey, followed by Dion. Hassel sits in 3rd, McCaw 4th, and Newman sits in 5th. Chad Jason and Brad, Dave Hutchins mired in the back as they're looking for some openings to get through. Your leader is still Matt Dewey in the 02, being heavily pressured on the outside now by Wayne Dion in the King Richards new and used Superstore. It's Dewey and Dion battling for the top spot as Hassel sits 3rd, McCaw 4th, Wayne Newman 5th, Cavallaro and Rigo battle for the 6th spot. Matt Dewey, the sophomore in the Pro Stocks, if you can call him that, he is having a dynamite run in this first qualifying event of the evening for the Pro Stocks. He's keeping Dion in tow, along with Hassel running 3rd, McCaw 4th, Newman is 5th. That is your top 5 right now. It's Dewey and Dion. Dion still looking to the high side of Dewey as Dewey continues to lead this Pro Stock qualifying event. Dewey and Dion. It's D&D in the front row, and this time it's halfway, this time in the first of 2 qualifying events. Rigo now makes the move to the outside of Cavallaro, trying to make some running room as he is taking over the 6th spot and closes, looks at his sights on the 7 of Newman. Hutchins to the outside now of Cavallaro as Dewey and Dion continue to do battle up front. It's Dewey and Dion. They are still your top 2 runners as Dion now puts heavy pressure as he is trying to inch ahead of Dewey in this first qualifying event for the Pro Stocks. Dewey still has a slight advantage at the line. Hassel sits 3rd, McCaw 4th, Newman 5th. Right now we got a good battle for 3rd between the 4 of McCaw and the 15 of Hassel. Dion and Dewey still battling it out for the top 2 spots. 2 to go this time by for the Pro Stocks as Dewey and Dion continue to battle in the top running spots. Dion on the outside, Dewey to the low side. One to go as Dion now has the advantage going across the stripe. The check-in is out, and Wayne Dion will take home the first qualifying event. Dewey sits 2nd, Hassel 3rd, McCaw 4th, and Newman takes the 5th spot and the number 7. Wayne Grinder Shop number 2 for Tom Scully alongside Tom. Out of Warwick in the Global Collision Center, Palmer Spring Company number 98 for Ken Morissette. Starting 3rd in the sponsor one and number 8 is Hank Saragano outside of Hank. From Berkeley in the Everett Auto Parts buy-a ride. He has the pin for this qualifying event as the green is out. The green goes and Scully goes.
Scully with a good jump over the 98 of Morissette. And look at Houlihan in the number 1 make it 3 wide through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. And what a great jump he had.
Well, Dick Houlihan has been very pleased with this automobile that he's been driving this year. Says it's a wonderful car and he has a good feeling in it as Dick Houlihan looks to the outside of Saragano. Now he sets his sight on the 2 of Scully.
Well, Houlihan has been one of the fastest cars each week so far. Has not had good luck opening night. Got involved in an accident last week. Blew a radiator hose. They fixed that problem and he is hooked on the outside as him and Scully battle for the lead. Zeragano sits in third, Pellin fourth, giving heavy pressure, looks down low down the front straightaway, rounding out the top five, the number 66 of Alan McClure.
Well, the rookie Tom Scully in that Universal Ambulance Ronald J. Rismini #2 is having a fine run as he's battling with one of the top veterans here at the Speedway. It's Scully and Hooley battling for the top spot.
Well, it looks like Bobby Tripp hasn't skipped a beat in the first 2 weeks he's missed. He's already up to 7th spot, right behind the defending track champion, Radical Rick Martin, who sits 6th on the field.
Bobby Pellin's running a comfortable third right now on the rollaway disposal metals recycling #12 as McClure and Serragano battle out for the 4th spot. What a run for Tom Scully, though, here this evening, folks. The rookie, only his 3rd week in a pro stock, and he's running up front with one of the all-time veterans here, Dick Houlihan.
Well, Scully was a little bit disgusted, a little bit unhappy about his first 2 weeks' performance, not running the way he likes, but this is definitely going to be a great boost for him and that team. Alan McClure sits 4th on the field, giving heavy pressure to Bobby Pellin, but right behind him, he's got the hot shots of Radical Rick Martin in the 88 of Bobby Tripp.
Halfway by this time around for Tom Scully in the Universal Ambulance Ronald J. Rismini #2. Hooley in the Everett's Auto Parts #1, still applying pressure off Scully's bumper. Pellin sits 3rd, but here comes the Radical one into 4th. He's looking to close in on Bobby Pellin now.
Martin with a run on the inside of McClure. McClure falters back to 5th, and he's got to hold that spot because here comes Bobby Tripp in that New England Sanitation #88 as he worked his way up to 6th, and he's still running strong.
Hooley looking on the low side, looking to the high side. He's trying to find a way all around. Scully gets into the rear. Scully gets a little sideways.
And that gathers up the leaders as Martin with a great jump quickly up to 2nd. A tough break for Tom Scully as he gathers up the back of the field.
Your new leader in the #1 Everett's Auto Parts buy-a ride is Dick Houlihan, but look who's in 2nd. It is your defending track champion and your current point leader. The Radical one has moved up to 2nd, and Bobby Tripp has put the number 88 up to 3rd.
Tripp with a great run in that Chevrolet Monte Carlo up to 3rd, right behind Martin and Houlihan. We'll see how fast Houlihan is tonight as Martin is all over the back bumper, looking high or low. This time by, it's the popsicle sticks for Houlihan and the rest of the field.
Well, it looks like 96 all over again with the 14 and the 88 dicing it out on the Speedway. This should be bringing the fans to their seat. Out of their seat, I should say.
White flag is down. One more lap for Dick Houlihan in that Everett's Auto Parts #1 as he holds the lead. And Rick Martin all over the back bumper, looking high or low, looking for a hole as he tries to take down the top spot. On a turn #4, here they come. Yarrington waves a checker, and it's going to be Houlihan in for the win over Radical Rick Martin, Bobby Tripp, Lenny Ellis, Alan McClure, rounding out the top 5 cars.
Well, a great return for the 88.
Don's Mobile, Duffy's Radiator, Mac Tool, Seekonk Auto Sales, #47, that's going to be John Belmont. Starting 7th in the All-State Auto. Plant Rotundo hit the gas and we are underway. Plant with a good jump out front. Rotundo sits in 2nd. The 04 of Kenny Dale moves up to 3rd, and Savory rounds out the top 4 qualifiers and puts Sherman 5th, 1 spot out. Lilly at the #23 had a good run in the streets in the heat event. Had some problems late as Belmont. A little bit of contact between him and Lilly. He's got a problem. He's going to call it an early night. Plant setting the pace around the field. Rotundo sits 2nd. 3rd, the 04. That's Kenny Dale. Black flag out for the #46. He's leaking fluid out of the right rear. You can see it as he goes around the corner. That's going to put Nancy Sherman into the 4th and final qualifying spot with the 7 of Pete Simpson, 1 spot out. Once again, the black flag coming out for the #46 as he's leaking fluid. A little tough to see running behind Eddie Plant. Single file, your top 5 cars. Plant, the 4 of Kenny Dale, the 04 of Kenny Dale running 2nd, the 78 of Savory 3rd, and the 67 of Sherman and the 7 of Simpson. Contact heavy in the 3rd and 4th corner. Sherman does not want to give up that final qualifying spot as Simpson gathers it back up and tries to take over that spot. Halfway down this time, Eddie Plant still leads them down. Again, Rotundo has been black flagged. He's leaking fluid out of the right rear. So that's going to put the 04 of Kenny Dale 2nd, the 78 of Savory 3rd, and a good battle for 4th as Simpson is trying hard to get by the 67 as Sherman throws it in deep in the corner. Tries to hold on, that car a little bit loose, and Sherman holds on to that 4th and final qualifying spot. Down the back straightaway, Plant still leading the 46 of Rotundo, an unscored car, as that car has been black flagged and not scored anymore. That puts the 4 of Kenny Dale, the 04 into second spot. Dana safely in third, and a great battle for that fourth and final qualifying spot. Simpson throwing it deep in the corners, trying to get a run off the corner for Nancy Sherman as he tries to take over that fourth and qualifying spot, but he just needs a little bit more. A little look underneath as they come down. 2 to go this time by. Sherman still holds on, and here comes Shane Lilly on the outside. White flag out for Eddie Plant and the rest of the field. One more time around, he's going to go. And off at turn 4 for the white flag, Simpson with a great run under Sherman. Oh, contact. Lilly gets into it sideways. Simpson into fourth. Sherman backs off to fifth. Checkered flag is out. Eddie Plant takes down the win. Second, Kenny Dale in the 04. Third, the 78 of Dana Savory. And fourth is going to be the 7 of Pete Simpson. Nancy Sherman is going to come home fifth. 1 spot out with the 23 of Lilly. 2 spots out of qualifying.
Number 5 for Tom Furtado. Starting third out of Easton, driving the number 51 is Mike Teague. Alongside Mike, another rookie in the street. Then picks up your front row. They'll be bringing them through 3, rolling them out of 4. The green is waved. Murphy gets the jump off Tommy Furtado. Furtado looks to the low side of Murphy as they roll into 1.
Hi, Dave.
It is Murphy, Furtado, Teague, and Pluff, your top 4 as Bullier holds on to the 5th spot. Going to the high side of the track in the 09 is Falcone. Your leader is still Murphy in the Yellow Kittens Tavern out of Block Island. The rookie Tommy Furtado sits in second and Teague runs third. Watch the 65 of Lauro on the low side as he's trying to make his way through traffic. It is still Murphy and Furtado. They're running up front first and second. Furtado, the rookie, Murphy back for his second year of competition.
Well, Bullier still sits fourth on the field, the final qualifying spot. Heavy pressure from Jesse Pluff, and here comes the 65. Ron Lauro on that 65, working the high side of Pluff, trying to work his way up into a qualifying spot. He's still a couple of spots out, but he's still got a few laps to get there. Murphy, Furtado, Teague, and Bullier, your top 4 cars. And here comes Lauro on the outside. He's gotten by Pluff. No, he hasn't. Try it one more time next time by.
But still Murphy and Furtado in front 2. Teague sitting in 3rd, Bullier 4th, and Pluff in 5th. This time by, it's halfway. Halfway to go in the second consolation event for the Street Stalkers. It's still Murphy and Furtado in the 1-2 spots. Teague is closed in on Tommy Furtado and the number 51, and Bullier sits 4th on the 74. Pluff now challenging the 65 of Laurel for 5th.
Lauro's got a great run on the outside, got a lot of momentum going. He's gotten by Pluff, now sets his sights on Bullier. That may end up helping Jesse, as Bullier may go high off the corner trying to protect his spot, open up the bottom for Pluff. We'll see what happens. And here comes Lauro on the high side of Bullier, out of turns number 1 and 2.
We have the yellow out, Kevin. The yellow is being thrown for the 11 of Jerry Smith as he sits going the wrong way, coming out of 2. Little scary situation for move in the 65 to the low side. He is up to 3rd. Murphy Furtado still 1 and 2 in this street stock consolation event. 2 to go this time by.
Murphy all alone out front, but Furtado trying to hold on a second as Lauro's up to 3rd. Teague up to 4th, and here comes Pluff in that 88. He sits 5th on the field, 1 spot out of qualifying. Down the back straightaway goes, oh, run off of Teague. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, Pluff side by side with Teague, and he takes over the 4th spot. White flag is out. 1 more left to go for Murphy, Furtado, Lauro, and Pluff.
It is Murphy still your leader in the Yellow Kitten Tavern number 13. Tommy Furtado sits second, being heavily pressured from Lauro on the outside. Yerrington waving the check-in. It is Murphy, Furtado, Lauro, Pluff, and Bullier rounding out the top 5. What happened to Scully-O?
Starting 7th out of Bridgewater, Mass. in the Spurtigo Masonry, RMC Enterprises, PFS, Professional Fire and Security. Number 5, it's Angelo D'Amelia, outside of Angelo out of Warwick, Rhode Island. In the Auto Trader, Tropical Tans and Nash Racing Engines, number 9. Steve Ribby in the number 18, looking to take down the consolation, get into the feature event. Checker, green flag is up, and we are underway. Gannon and Becker on the front row. Becker with a slow start, and that allows Estrella, the 4 of Taylor, and the 3 of Spencer all to get by along with D'Amelia, and here comes LaBelle on the 86. Off of turn 4 to complete lap number 1, and Gannon and Estrella all Spencer trying to hold up third. Taylor sits fourth, fifth. D'Amelia, he's got a problem, loses a spot to LaBelle as he sits sixth and sits in the final qualifying spot. Becker seventh. Oh, some contact there. And we've got a melee off the fourth corner. Caution is out as D'Amelia goes around. Rivard gets involved. Pierce gets involved. The 9 of Vanessa and the 09 of Wisher all getting involved off the fourth corner.
Kevin, while we have the wreck on turn 4 cleaned up in this consolation.
Right off the tunnel is what he's looking for. Green flag is in hand, waves a green flag, and we are back underway. And Estrella with a great jump into turn 1, slams the door on Gannon as Gannon gathers it back up, falls into second spot. The 3 of Spencer sits third, the 4 sits fourth. That's Steve Taylor. LaBelle and Bamford rounded out the top 6 qualified cars. 3 wide action down the front straightaway as the 09 of Wisher gets on the outside of Pierce.
Like an idiot. Wisher's just driving like an idiot.
Wisher getting that car extremely sideways. That car, a handful of problems as he tries to get that car straight down the straightaways. Up front, it's still single file. Estrella, Gannon, Spencer, Taylor, LaBelle, and Bamford, your top 6 cars. Next time by, looking for halfway. 6 laps complete, 6 laps to go in this 12-lap consolation round. 6 cars to make it into the feature event. This is their final chance. We are defending champ Scotty Estrella in that New England Tire and Battery number 45 as he tries to open up a lead over the rest of the field. Ed Gannon trying to hold on into second. And that Kevin's Professional Auto Detailing number 8. Out of turn 4 they come. Estrella still holding down the lead. Single file, your top 5 cars. The 88 of Bamford starting to lose some ground, and Wisher starting to gain some ground. With just a handful of laps, we'll see if Wisher has enough to gain and pass and get by the 88 of Kenny Bamford, the sign painter. Gannon's trying to run that second groove, trying to hold on to that second spot. The 3 of Spencer trying to look down low, take over that second spot. 2 laps to go for Estrella, Gannon, and the 3 of Spencer. Gannon with a run on the high side, on the outside of Estrella, down the back straightaway they go. Spencer looking down low underneath Gannon. White flag is out. Gannon loves that high groove. White flag for Estrella, Gannon, and the 3 of Spencer as they run side by side. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Spencer moves into the second spot on the back bumper of Estrella. Off the fourth corner they come. And it's going to be Scotty Estrella taking down the win. Kenny Spencer for second, Ed Gannon for third, the 4 of Steve Taylor rounds out the top 4, fifth. The 86 of Scotty LaBelle, and rounding out the top 6 qualified cars is going to be the number 88.
Collision L&L Auto Parts is Ray Soulier. Next up in the 13th spot, hailing from Somerset, in the T, Sylvia. Carter and Macedonio bringing them down real slow. The green is waved. And here we go as the 56 of Pella looks to the inside. Macedonio having a problem on the start in the 14. Pat McCrone in that number 65 makes a dynamite move to bring his truck up to 4th. But watch your defending truck champion Kenny Casper in that number 28. Working the high side of Bobby Pella. Now looks his sights on the 3 of Jeff Carter.
A tough break for Macedonia as he's just gathering it back up and sits 5th and 6th on the field as he battles with the kid number 7, Tracy Pepin. And oh, Mike Butts goes around in the back straightaway. The 24 gets a little bit involved, a little bit of left rear damage to him. Butts gets it back going, and we stay on the green.
Your leader is Bobby Pellin in the number 56, but Kenny Casper is right on his bumper as he looks to the lead. And watch Pat McCrone in that number 65. He's a rookie in the division, running the Formula 4 motor in that number 65 truck until his new power plant is done. But your leader is still Bobby Pellin, being heavily pressured now from your defending truck champion, Kenny Casper. It's Casper to the outside, McCrone to the low side.
Casper getting a good run on the outside. Pellin moves up just a little bit. That allows McCrone in the 65 to get down low, take over that second spot. Now it's going to be a 3-car battle up front.
It's Casper, McCrone, Pellin, the kid, Pepin, and Ryan Clark, your top 5.
Jeff Carter's still trying to hold on to the outside in that number 3. And oh, Macedonia again with the problem. Loses a bunch of positions down the back straightaway. Boxes in the 52. Last week's feature winner, Dave Darling, deep in the pack.
Well, this must be a great confidence booster for the 65 team out of Berkeley, Massachusetts. Running their Formula 4 motor in that number 65 truck until their new power plant is done. He has been putting in fine performances week in and week out, and he trails Kenny Casper just by about a truck length. Oh, mini truck.
Casper in the 65 McGrowan opening up the lead. Here comes LeMay on the outside of Pepin, looking his way into 4th. Now sets his sights on Pellin to get by on the outside, take over that 3rd spot, work his way to the front. That 17 truck has been crashed each week. Not lucky.
LeMay trying to take over 3rd, coming from his nice starting spot, and watch the 52 of Darling now on the low side and the 24 of Soulier on the high side. It's McCrone all over the back bumper of Casper for the top spot.
Halfway down this truck feature event, Soulier makes it 3 wide on the outside of Clark and Pepin. Down the back straightaway they go. Here comes Darling making it 4 wide down the back stretch.
Oh, Dave Darling has that 52 truck hooked up as he's now closing on Pellin and the Wizard Soulier on the outside of Pellin.
What a great race this is, watching Soulier and the 52 of Darling come through the pack. Soulier gets up to 4th before Darling. Darling sits 5th there, right behind Joe LeMay, Pat McCrowan, and your leader, Kenny Casper, as they head out of turn number 4.
Kenny Casper from the Shady Tree Auto.
And oh, we've got a contact off of turn 4. Norm Holden and Tracy Pepin both to come together. And that's going to bring out a yellow because of debris on the track off of the 4th corner.
Well, just what Kenny Casper did not want to see is a caution flag, because he will now have the 17 of Joey LeMay starting on his rear bumper on this restart. Front row, the 28 of Casper, the 65 of McCrowan. Looking for the green. Casper gets a decent jump off the start. His partner, Ray Soulier, follows suit. That leaves McCrowan back in third. It's Soulier to the outside of Kenny Casper.
Soulier looking up high down the back straightaway. Casper trying to hold on, but Soulier is flying. McCrowan sits 3rd, LeMay 4th, and the 52 of Darling back up to 5th. We'll watch to see what they can do to get to the front.
It's Soulier and Casper battling it out for the front spot. Ray on the high side, Kenny on the low side. It's Ray with the advantage coming out of 2.
And oh,
Darling goes around.
Darling loose off the 2nd corner. A bunch of trucks. The 6 of Thompson, a little airborne. Clark in the 21, a little bit sideways. Most trucks getting through with minimal damage. Tough break for Thompson as he heads into the pit area. And a tough break for Darling, who absolutely lost it.
Casper on the front row, looking for the green. The green is out. It's Casper and Soulier on the jump. It's almost a dead heat as they go through the start-finish line. The business partners battling it out for the lead. Soulier has the advantage coming out of 2.
Side by side down the back straightaway. Casper with a good run into turns 3 and 4, neck and neck. And here comes LeMay and McCrowan, the 17 and 65, in that 2nd row as they battle for positions. But Soulier with a great jump down the back straightaway.
Oh, Jeff Carter in the 3 truck goes around right at the start-finish line. McCrowan looks to the bottom side of Kenny Casper in the number 65.
2 laps to go this time by. Yarrington trying to get Carter to move. It doesn't look like we can get that truck refired. There he goes. Gets it refired. He's back on the way. And Soulier just pulling away from the field. McCrowan now underneath Casper for that 2nd spot. And here comes LeMay.
Well, Pat McCrowan in the 65. Oh, the Jesus, the 26 goes around. Soulier still leading this event with McCrowan in 2nd. Casper 3rd and LeMay in 4th. What a run for the kid in the 65 in the M&N Landscaping number 65. But here he comes, rolling out of 3 and out of 4. Your winner, once again in 97, it's the 24 of Ray Soulier, followed by McCrowan, LeMay, Casper, and Kiefer. Your top 5.
Robin Sloan with a good run at the end of the race, able to come home 7th, right behind the 21 of Brian Clark, bring that truck home into the top 10. She sits 3rd in the points coming into tonight, so that's going to help her out. A tough break.
Finishing 2nd in only his 3rd week of truck competition, but he had to battle with one of the toughest ones out there, the veteran, the wizard, the Rainbow Warrior. It's Ray Soulier. Ray Soulier taking home his 2nd win of 97. He had 10 in 1996. Can he repeat that in 97 by bringing home the 24 sponsored by The Call out of Providence, Shady Tree Auto Sales, Sunrise Collision, and L&L Auto Parts for Ray Soulier.
Well, he'll be up in Victory Lane in just a few moments. Victory Lane located up in turn 4. And while you're up there congratulating Ray on his 2nd win of 97, check out the Bald Hill Dodge display. They've got a 1996 Dodge conversion van by Mark III, along with the brand new 1997 Dodge Ram 1500 4x4, also a Mark III conversion. That truck is absolutely gorgeous. Leather seats, fully loaded. And they also have a 1997 Dodge Caravan Sport Edition. So be sure to check them out and while you're up there, of course, 94 HJY New England Tech with their Dream Machine giveaway for 97. The 1997 Dodge Viper also given away with Bald Hill Dodge.
That's right, Kevin. You can win one of 94 finalist keys for the 94 HJY New England Tech.
The Rhode Island Ambulance, Colony Ford Trucks, Bamford signs, number 88, it's Kenny Bamford. 24 cars, starting field, 25 laps to distance for the Sportsman main event, brought to you by Bald Hill Dodge.
Could you repeat all that again, Kevin?
Now?
Don't you hate that, man?
Actually, I love it.
Sponsors?
I love it. I don't, the sponsors are what makes it.
No,
but
I'm not saying that.
I appreciate what he just did for me, just giving me time to run down everything.
Right.
Looks him over, likes what he sees, green flag is out, and we are underway for a 25-lap Sportsman main event. Manchester hanging on top on the outside, Leclerc down low, a little bit loose, off the corner. Goodrow and Tatro still side by side in row number 2. Out of turn number 4 they come, complete lap 1, and it's Leclerc by about 4 inches over Manchester. A great run up front.
Well, Bobby Leclerc not accustomed to these front row starting spots. Usually Meyer deep in the pack, but tonight he gets to start right from the pin, and he has the advantage in lap 2 now in front of Billy Manchester.
Manchester drops in behind. Goodrow right there in third spot, taking a look underneath Manchester, nothing there, tries it again down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4, and almost a little bit of contact, and the 96 of Clark has a problem in that car. He's going to hit that car into the pits next time by.
Well, Lawton has now moved the number 7 to the outside. Oh, Lawrence gets into the back of the 0 as everyone boxes up there, and the 99 goes around along with the 18 of Ribby. Ribby keeps on going. Leclerc is still your leader.
Young gets that 99 fired up, tries to get out in front of the leader so he doesn't go a lap down, but here comes Leclerc on a rail with Manchester right behind. Out of turn number 4 they come. Young trying to hold on, hoping for a caution. He does not want to go a lap down to the leaders.
Your leader is still Bobby Leclerc. Now Manchester being heavily pressured from Goodrow in the 31. The rookie Tetro sits in 4th with Corey Boudreau rounding out the top 5.
Side-by-side battle for that second spot. Manchester trying to hold on. Goodrow tucks in behind with Tatro and Boudreau in the 21 rounding out the top 5. Boudreau running the high line. 12 and 6. Lawrence rounds out the top 7. Lawton, Reed, and the 0 rounding out the top 5 of Rob Wright.
Well, Lawrence coming up at the 81, starting in the 11th starting spot, now up the 7th, battling Colvin for the 6th spot. Your front 2 is still Leclerc and Manchester. Goodrow settles in 3rd, Tetro 4th, Boudreau is in 5th. Young is at the tail end of the lead lap.
The top 4 starting in top 5, starting to pull away from the rest of the field. Leclerc unable to catch the 99 of Young. That's a good break for him. He still needs a caution, though, to get back into the hunt of this one. Manchester giving heavy pressure off the 4th corner underneath Leclerc. Leclerc all over him. And the 0 right, a little bit sideways off the corners. We got 3 wide action deep in the pack.
Well, you can see a good battle going on for 6th spot right now between Colvin, Lawrence, and Lawton. Colvin a little sideways coming out of 4. Lawton looks to the inside of Lawrence. Manchester looking to the low side of Bobby Leclerc.
Great race up front, the top 2 cars. Manchester and Leclerc start of the front row. Still battling for that front spot. Leclerc is led from the top of the green.
Oh, we got trouble in turn 3, and we got a pile up.
Steve Ribby just barely making it through that with minimal damage, but the 55 of Willis, heavy damage though to the front end of the 22 of Serendinsky and the 32 of Bill Goodrow. Tough break for them, but that's going to be the break fireball Glenn Young needed.
It's looking for the green this time by from Yarrington. Yarrington looks him over, gives him the green. Leclerc and Manchester. Leclerc has the advantage at the line. They sail it into one with Leclerc and Manchester door to door.
Manchester's got that 95 handling well, but not well enough as he gathers it back up and tucks in behind the 42 of Leclerc. Tatro up the 3rd, Goodrow and Boudreau still your top 5 in a side-by-side battle between Colvin and Lawrence for that 6th position.
Well, Lawrence has finally been able to move around the 6, and he has moved up into 6th spot, looking to crack a top 5 for the first time in 97 for the rookie in the 81. Your leader is still Bobby Leclerc.
Lawton and Colvin still battling side by side for that 7th spot, losing a little bit of ground to that top 6 as Lawrence has got on the back bumper, and once again, Young goes around, tries to get it gathered up, but not before the caution flag comes out once again.
Oh, also, remember, Dyson Oil is putting... Leclerc rolling down slowly. They get the jump. The green is out. We're back to green flag racing.
Once again, Leclerc gets a great jump. Manchester trying to blow it behind, but he's got the 62 Tatro right there, but Manchester is able to pull it in. And Goodrow running the high side, this time by its halfway for Bobby Leclerc in that Nantucket Sun Care products.
Well, Coleman in the 6 has been falling backwards all of a sudden, but right now the battle is still between Leclerc and Manchester. It's Leclerc on the front, Manchester running second. Goodrow makes a run for second on the high side. Glenn Lawton now in the 70 is making a run on the high side. Goodrow starts to puff a little smoke out of the 31. But your leader is still Bobby Leclerc, your 95 Sportsman champion, looking for his first win of 97.
Goodrow trying to hold on to the high side. He's now got the 62. Russ Tatro Jr. to battle with. Manchester sits in second, and the 42 Leclerc all alone up high. You see some tire smoke coming from the 31. He is driving that car hard into the corners.
Bobby Leclerc doing a fine job running a smooth line as he continues to lead this event. Manchester keeping in check, though, in second place on the low side. Glenn Lawton still running the high side of Lawrence and Boudreau. Now you can see the smoke is more than tire smoke. There seems to be smoke billowing out through the hood. We'll have to see if Goodrow is going to be able to continue throughout this feature event.
Well, that's going to be a tough break for Goodrow. You see him coming off in turn 2. Black flag out for him that time. Might be a little tough to see, and he's billowing a lot of smoke off from under the hood of that number 31 car. Tough break for the Converse Photo Supply automobile.
Well, tough break, but he's also making it tough on the competitors right now. The track could be getting just a little bit slick. Goodrow this time adheres to the black flag, pulls his car to the high side. It is Leclerc and Manchester still battling. There's Manchester looking to the low side. 5 to go, this time by. Oh, Goodrow slows. Gannon gets in the back of him. He's able to keep on going.
5 laps to go. Goodrow moves to the high side. Lawrence gets underneath, moves up to 4th for Goodrow, trying to get back on the high side into that 4th. Manchester looks high to Leclerc. Maybe he's just been saving his tires because he's got to run up high. Into turns 1 and 2, he goes. Manchester on the high side. The 42 Leclerc down low, and Manchester's got to run side by side down the back straightaway.
And then you got the 2 rookies coming up next. Tetro in the 62, Lawrence in the 81. The rookies are running up front in only the 3rd week of competition. It's Leclerc and Manchester. Russ Tetro slides it underneath Billy Manchester, trying to take over second.
Side by side, they battle. 2 laps to go. This time by Bobby Leclerc looking to take down his first win at 97. Billy Manchester in the 95 running the high line, but here comes Tatro. Ron Reed goes around in the front straightaway. Looks like he's far enough out of harm's way. Out of turn number 4 they come. White flag is flying for Bobby Leclerc. He's got some heavy pressure around him. Manchester up high, and the Tatro right behind him. Off in turn number 2, and we're going to go to caution for the 88 of Kenny Bamford, who's around in the 3rd corner.
Well, this is going to make for some exciting finish here, Kevin, in the last few laps in the Sportsman event.
Car short to Ed Gannon to hopefully take down his second win. Green flag is out. We'll see if we can't get it again. And Bill Goodrow in the 32 jumping a bunch of spots. Gets into the back of Ed Gannon in the 3rd. Down the back straightaway they go. Looking for the white flag this time. Boudreau with a jump on the outside, and he's all the way up to 3rd spot already.
And here comes Lawrence in the 81. The 2 rookies battling it out for 4th. There's Lawrence. Oh, we got trouble right here in the starter's box as Goodrow in the 32 makes contact with the start-finish line. The caution is out one more time.
Also getting collected in that is the 0 car. Robert Wright started up in the 9th spot. Not had much luck.
Bringing them through 3, rolling them out of 4, looking from the green from Ed Yarrington. The green drops Leclerc with a dynamite jump on the bottom as he brings them rolling through 1 and 2, but Manchester neck and neck with Bobby Leclerc as it's Leclerc, Manchester. Oh, we have trouble with Ron Reed in the 89 right from the start.
Just getting that car started as the yellow flag came out, and Scotty Estrella with a little bit of a jump on that one as he got by the 18 of Ribby, the 81 of Lawrence.
Stripe ready to drop the green. The green goes. Leclerc with another good jump. Corey follows on the low side of Billy Manchester. And right now we got a 3-car battle for the front spot.
A great jump by the 21 Boudreau. A little bit sideways down the back straightaway as he tries to gather it up. Out of turn number 4, they come 3 wide, getting the long end of that one. White flag is out for Bobby Leclerc. And he's got 1 left to take down his first win in 1997. Down the back straightaway they go for the final time. Boudreau again slideways. Out of turn 3 and 4. Bobby Leclerc out front. It's a battle for second. But it's going to be Leclerc taking down the win. Manchester, Boudreau, the 81 awards. And Scotty Estrella taking down the top 5.
What a good battle tonight. Bobby
Sun Care Products, Hollister Auto Body, JB Floor Covering, Precision Racing Engines, Distance Classics, Viveris Insurance, KS Signs, ET Landscaping, number 42. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause for Bobby Leclerc.
also coming on very strong at the end of the event was Corey Boudreau and the number 21 and the rookie James Lawrence and the big ball Holly Davidson, number 81, taking home his best finish of the season. But there he is, your 95 Sportsman champion, taking home his first win of 1997.
A great run for all of the Sportsman division. The top 10 ran clean all night long. And Billy Manchester ran a great race on the outside to finish second, holding off the 21 of Corey Boudreau. Jim Lawrence finishing fourth in his best race as a rookie. What a great night of racing for the Sportsman division.
No. Well, we can. No, he's going to be in the pace car. He can't.
Oh, he's going to be in the pace car?
Would you rather be in the pace car, or would you rather say, gentlemen, start your engines?
As you see by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket resurrect the bumper singing it, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, J.D. Durrett. A round of applause for Bald Hill Dodge.
It's Mike Cavallero outside of Mike out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, and the number 83, it's James Whitehead. Starting on the inside of the final row. Out of Warwick, Rhode Island, driving the Palmer Spring Global Collision Center, number 98, it's Kenny Morissette, and starting scratch on the...
Freedom through 3, rolling them out of 4. The green is gone, and we're back to racing.
Dewey with a good jump on the start. Here comes Dion right behind him. As he settles into second spot, Zirigano trying to hold on up high. Here comes Hassel in the 15 right there behind, and Hooley on the high side, the number 1.
Well, completing lap number 1, your leader is Matt Dewey, the McLaughlin Automotive Stores number 02. Dion sits in second. Harry Serragano battling him for third on the outside, and Hassel, a former Sportsman champion here at the Conk, sits in fourth.
Well, let's see what Rick Martin, Bobby Tripp, Chad Chase can do. Black flag out for one of the drivers, and it is the 4 of Jeff McCure as he is leaking fluid on the speedway.
That's right, the 4 of Jeff McCure is pouring fluid all onto the speedway. It's coming off the right rear, and the yellow is being thrown. I think a wise move from Yerrington on the starter's box to get this under control right now before something serious.
Looking for green this time by Ed Yerrington. He's waiting for them, likes what he sees. Green flag is out, and we're underway. Dewey with a decent jump down low with Dion. He's got that 99 on the outside, side by side, down the back straightaway.
And Dion's car seems to be hooked tonight. As he's working the outside of Dewey in the 0-2, trying to take the lead. Dion has the advantage, coming by the stripe this time.
Into turns 1 and 2. Dewey throws it in deep, but not deep enough. Dion's got the lead. Dewey back to second. Zirigano sits third. The 1 of Houlihan sits fourth. And who's that in fifth? That's right, it's Vinny Anarumo.
Vinny and Lex Tree Service, Jackson Auto Salvage, number 11, looking already into the top 5. Dewey looks to the bottom again as he tries to retake the lead from Dion. It's Matt Dewey and Dion battling out for the top spot.
A little bit of contact there in turns 3 and 4. That got Dewey a little sideways. But Dion all alone out front. Dewey drops in for second, and here comes Houlihan down low, and you know Vinny and Rumo's going to follow suit.
The 8 of Serragano going backwards on the high side. He's being pressured on the bottom by Houlihan and Vinny. It's the 1 and the 11 working it over on the 8. Still your leader is Wayne Dion in the 99.
Dion trying to pull away from Dewey and the rest of the field, but here comes Dick Houlihan in that number 1. Serragano tucks in behind Anarumo for 5th, and no, the 7 of Newman goes around to the back straightaway, and Nordbeck and Scully both get together off of turn number 4, and a hard contact. That's going to bring out a caution. It looks like Scully didn't see the spinning number 7. Nordbeck checked up and just kind of reminiscent of last week. And Tom Scully follows suit. Green is out. Dion up front. Dewey holding on up good. And here comes Houlihan in the number 1 on the back bumper of the top 2 leaders. Anarumo falls in for 4th. Serragano with a great run running 5th.
The only Ford in the field, and the Ford is running very strong right now with Hooley in that. Everett's Autobots buy a ride, number 1. Dewey doing a dynamite job on the outside, trying to reel in Dion and come around to take over the lead.
Side-by-side action up front. Dion trying to hold on with Dewey up by Houlihan all over the back bumper. And Vinny Anarumo just waiting for a hole, waiting for something to open up, waiting for somebody to make a mistake to see if he can garner his first win of 96.
Serragano in the 8 still holding down 5th spot too right now as he's doing a good job holding down a top 5 spot. Hooley has now worked his way underneath the 0-2 of Dewey, trying to take over 2nd spot.
Bobby Tripp on the high side of Lenny Ellis right behind the 12 of Bobby Pellin, trying to work their way towards the front. Serragano gets caught up on the high side as Hassel, and the number 15 gets down low.
Martin in the 14 trying to make some room through the back so he can catch up to the front pack. He has his work cut out for him though tonight.
It's Dion, Houlihan, Dewey, the 11 of Anarumo on the 15 of Mike Hassel, your top 5. Dion trying to open up a lead, but Houlihan all over the back bumper.
Dewey having a tough go at it on the outside right now in the 0-2 as Hooley is closed in on the number 99 of Dion.
Houlihan trying to take over 2nd from Dewey, but Dewey doing a great job holding on the outside of Dick Houlihan. He's got that Camaro working wonderfully on the outside. Now he takes 2nd back from Houlihan. Off the 4th corner they come. It's Dion, Dewey, and Houlihan.
Anarumo sitting on the bottom of the track trying to get some running room, hoping Hooley can make a hole so he can go through too. Hassel follows Anarumo and Pellin to the outside of Hassel.
Serragano running absolutely wonderful on the outside. I have not seen him run that good in years. He has got that 8 hooked on the outside. He's on the back bumper of Dewey, running the outside of Vinny Anarumo. This is as close as it gets.
Another fine battle here in the Pro Stocks. 3 weeks in a row we've had great racing action in this Pro Stock division.
Well, Dion ran the outside lane most of last week, only to have trouble on the last lap in the last corner. This week he's on the inside. He's in the lead. He's setting the pace. Here comes Dewey again on the outside, trying to get back the lead that might have once been his.
Matt Dewey doing a dynamite job tonight, hanging in on the outside all night long, and he has the veteran Hooley to his inside along with Vinny right back there, but your leader is still the 99 of Wayne Dion.
Side-by-side action throughout the field. Dion running up front, this time by its halfway. 20 down, 20 to go. Houlihan, Dewey, Anarumo, Serragano, Hassel, the 28 of Todd Henshaw with a great run. McClure on the inside, the 12 of Pellin, the 88, everybody running in a bunch.
We're still waiting to hear the names of Trippy, Chase, and Mon. Can they make it to the front along with Hutchinson Ellis? Also Maya deep in the pack.
They're all stuck in traffic. It's side-by-side racing throughout the field. Dion setting the pace. Houlihan and Dewey side-by-side for that 2nd spot. And Dewey has got that McLaughlin Automotive Store Camaro running wonderful.
What a great big boost this would be for the Dewey team. A family-owned team on limited funds trying to have a dynamite run here in only the 3rd week of competition.
Oh, Dewey
Dewey
is looking at a little bit of contact, and Dewey loses a couple of spots, gathers it back up into 4th, but now it's single file, your top 4 cars.
Anarumo on that positioning has moved up to 3rd. He is now on the bumper of Houlihan, and Houlihan is now on the bumper of Dion. That is your top 3 three of the longtime veterans here at Seekonk.
Matt Dewey in that 0-2 fourth, a good boost for him. Sideways off the fourth corner as he got a little bit too low. Trying to gather it back up. That opens up the top three over the rest of the field.
Serragano in the number 8, the sponsor wanted number 8, still doing a dynamite job on the outside tonight as he's still holding down 5th spot.
A 1-2-3 battle for the lead. Wayne Dion, Dick Houlihan, Vinny Anarmo, bumper to bumper as they head down the back straightaway. 15 laps remain in this 40-lap main event brought to us by Balldale Dodge. Dion a little bit high off the fourth corner. Houlihan looking low, and these are three of the cleanest drivers you'll see.
Still watching the back of the middle of the pack. As you can see, Trippy, Chase, Ellis, Hutchins, and Martin still deep in the pack.
Good racing for that 7th spot. Todd Henshaw in the number 28, right behind Henry Serragano, and the 12 of Bobby Pellin Jr. battle side by side for that 7th spot. Dion again a little bit high up the corner, and look at Inarumo down low, trying to get underneath Houlihan.
Hassel has now moved up into the 5th spot as he is closed in on Dewey's bumper. Mike Hassel, the 93 Sportsman champion in the top 5. 10 to go, this time by. 10 to go.
10 to go. Martin makes it 3 wide down the back straightaways. He gets by the 87 Cavalier on the 96 of Dave Hutchins, but it doesn't get him much because he's still deep in traffic. Dion still holding off Houlihan all over the back bumper. Inarumo sits 3rd. Dewey and Hassel, your top 5. Serragano with a great run. Sits 6th to 28. Henshaw 7th, 8th. It's a battle between the 66 of McClure and the 12 of Bobby Pellin Jr.
And Chad Chase is now broken into the top 10. Oh, we got trouble!
The 12 gets sideways, the 66 gets sideways, and the 4 of McClure goes around. That's going to bring out a caution. That's going to bunch everybody up once again. You knew it was going to happen, though.
And Chad Chase has just broken the top 10.
Is what he's looking for. Wayne Dion and Dick Houlihan looking for green. Green is out. We're underway, and Dion with a decent jump. Houlihan was staying right on the outside of him, and here comes Inarumo.
Inarumo looking for anything to happen for an open door spot so he can slide his number 11 into the open spot, but nothing is breaking for him right now as Wayne Dion continues to lead Hooley around the Seekonk 1/3 oval.
Hooley trying to make it back on the outside. A little bit of tire smoke from the number 11, Vinny Inarumo. That car handling good, but just not good enough. Maybe a tire rubbing on some sheet metal. Caution flag out for some debris up in turn number 4. Track officials quick on the scene to pick it up. Yarrington looking him over, likes what he sees. Green is out. We're back underway, and again some tire smoke from the back of the 11 of Vinny Inarumo.
Scully loops it around, coming right out of floor on the initial start. He is not able to get this car under power, and the yellow comes out once again, this time for the Universal Ambulance number 2 of Tom, Scully.
Scully not having a good night. Had problems in his, ran good in his heat event until late when he went around. Started scratching the Pro Stock feature, and this is about the 3rd incident that he's been in a tough break. See if we can get this one complete. Green flag is out, and Dion with a great jump. Houlihan back just a little bit. That plows Dewey right underneath Houlihan. We got a 2-car battle for the 2nd spot.
What a good move by Matt Dewey on that restart. He's trying to take away the 2nd position from Houlihan. Dion still trying to hold on to the lead.
Dion doing all he can to hold back the rest of the field. But here comes Houlihan on the outside once again. Dion, Houlihan, Dewey, Hassel, and Serragano, your top 5. And here comes Chase up high.
Chad Chase, Veris number 46, making a run towards the top 5 late in the event as he works to the outside of Henry Serragano this time by. It is still Dion, Hooley, and Dewey with 5 to go.
5 laps remain for Wayne Dion, the Warwick, Rhode Island native, former Pro Stock champion. Dick Houlihan up high, Dewey down low, all battling for the lead, side by side, bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, with 4 to go for Wayne Dion. Dick Houlihan, and Matt Dewey into turn 1 they go.
Charles Chase, and that number 46 Veris Insurance, he is a man on the move. Does he have enough laps? That's the only thing. He is up to 4th now as he comes around Hassel. Hooley to the outside of Dion. Dewey sticking to the low side of Hooley. It's the top 3 battling for the win.
It's still a 3-car battle up front. Wayne Dion trying to hold off everybody else. It's popsicle stick time. Wayne Dion, 2 laps to go. Houlihan on the outside, Dewey right there. And here comes Chad Chase in the number 46. And he's going to make it a 4-car battle for the lead. Side by side into 3 and 4 they go. White flag is out. Dion down low, Houlihan up high. One more time, 4 more turns. Into 1 and 2 they go. Houlihan trying to get around to the outside. Down the back straightaway they go for the final time. Into 3 and 4. Checkered flag is waving. It's going to be Wayne Dillon in for the win. Dick Houlihan second. Dewey, Chase, Hassel, Sirigano in for 6. And it's a great run for 7.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, 3 weeks, 3 different winners in this Pro Stock division. This week, taking home the win, a former Pro Stock champion here at Seekonk Speedway in the King Richard's New and Used Car Superstore. It's Wayne Dion. And hey, what about Matt Dewey in that 02, the 94 and 95 Street Stock champion?
In 1996, not having the best of luck, but taking down the win, the first victory for the Spafko-Chasky Pro Stock, driving the King Richard's New and Used Car Superstore, the Rhode Island Drive Shaft, Copperfield's Lounge, Dell's Lemonade, Manchester Racing Engines, number 99. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause for Wayne Dion. Once again, Wayne having a not-so-bright 1996, going winless, as he worked the bugs out of that 99, debuting late in the season. Spent many a nights in the booth up here with CVI Sports and Speedway Heat. And of course, you can catch Speedway Heat every Friday night on WNAC Fox 64 between 11 p.m. and 12 midnight. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. His first win of 1997 out of Warwick, Rhode Island. It's Wayne Dion.
Number 76 for Rich Napier. Next up, he won his heat race in dominating fashion tonight. Hailing from Tiverton, driving the J&S Auto Parts. Dunkin' Donuts number 21 for Bobby Betancourt Jr. alongside Bobby, a feature winner early on this season, hailing from Taunton. And the M. Flynn & Sons number 22 for Paul Mealy. Starting 13th, he is also on the Tom Furtado. Dana Savory goes next in the All Cape Machine New England video. Alongside Dana, out of Warren, and the number 65 is Ron Lauro. And bringing up the last row is Pete Simpson in the All-State Auto Body and Sales number 7, and Jesse Bluff in the sponsor wanted number 88. The green has been given, and we're off the green flag racing, and Gary Speedy Wainwright in the number 89 is out front, and the 28 of Badwood goes around. Can everyone make it through? We got trouble right here in the start-finish box. Fernandez goes around, gets scraped by Brian and McQuaid in the 45. This brings out the caution as Savory sits going the wrong way on the speedway. Oh, Gary Speedy Wainwright on the pin for this street stock feature. The green is out. Wainwright with another good jump. Oh, but he falls off the pace. Randall and Clements now move to the front. Wainwright is now back up to speed. He gets sideways in the middle of 1 and 2.
Well, here comes Degas Barry in the 71 with a great jump up to second quickly with Radcliffe trying to follow suit in that 84. We got 4 wide action in the back straightaway into 3 in the 30 of Demures, getting a little bit sideways.
Well, Jerry Degas Barry got a break on that one, and he's moved up from his 6th starting spot to 2nd as he tries to close in on the 72 of Al Clements. Your top 5 is Clements, Degas Barry, Radcliffe, Napier, and Randall. Randall pushes high as Wainwright looks to the low side.
Well, the 08 of Rusty Bryant still deep in the field. Got a lot of cars in front of him for him to get to the front. He's one of the fastest cars each and every week. And here comes the 21, Bobby Betancourt Jr. up to 7th.
I was just going to mention that, Kevin. Bobby Betancourt has looked super tonight as he races in practice, and he is on the move in this feature event.
Well, the 76 of Napier showing a little bit of smoke off that right rear. Not sure if it's tire smoke, a little bit of liquid falling on some hot exhaust manifold. We'll have the safety crews check that out, make sure there are no problems on that car.
Degas Barry in the Cisco's Performance Elmwood Auto number 71, looking for his first win in 97. Clements in the sponsor one at number 72, one of the Island boys, coming over from the Vineyard, leads this feature.
Trying to hold on up front, Degas Barry, that custom auto body number 71, Cisco's Performance Center, all over the back bumper. He's looking high or low, any way he can get by. Loses a little bit of ground on the back straightaway.
Robbie Kohler has now moved into the top 5 as he sits 5th, but he's being pressured by the 21 of Betancourt. McQuaid over Betancourt and Randall and Rusty Bryant follow behind Wainwright.
Bryant finally trying to get some open room. He's stuck behind the 89 of Wainwright, who continues to go backwards on the high side. The 01 of Randall goes up high, opens up the bottom, but Rusty Bryant does not take advantage of that. He likes the high line.
It's Clements and Digasbury. They're battling for the front spot. Al Clements leading from the second restart. Digasbury has moved up to second, and Ratcliffe is now closing in on the back bumper of Digasbury.
Randall trying to hold on. Rusty flying all over the back bumper, trying to get by. As the top 10 are now single file throughout.
Sorry, Kevin, but Stacy Moulton seems to be the only one working the high side, and as soon as I say that, who moves up to the high side but Mr. High Side himself, Rusty Bryant.
Well, Steve Randall, his car is handling extremely ill. As he tries to hold on down low, that opens up the high side, and Randall again slideways down the back straightaway, loses a couple of spots.
Halfway by this time around. It's halfway to this street stock feature event. Clements still in the leader. Digasbury closing in on him, trying to run to the high side, see if he can get a good momentum coming through 3 and 4.
Digasbury trying to get the momentum going up high, doesn't know if he has enough, tucks it in back low. Protect that bottom groove, just a handful of laps left for Digasbury to take down his first win in 97.
Here comes Napier. He's looking to the low side of Ratcliffe. Rich Napier in the 76 is trying to take over third spot. As he comes by the stripe, it looks like he has done that. Napier has moved up to third. Ratcliffe 4. Kohler now closes in on Ratcliffe, trying to take over 4.
Rusty Bryant's got a problem in that 08. He's lost a lot of spots over the last lap and a half, and he's back well out of the top 10 and heading backwards. And Stacy Moulton gets caught up right behind him. A tough break for him as well.
Well, we have a big bunch of cars going for the lead right now. And we have trouble as Rusty Bryant.
Axle broken.
Oh, a broken axle is the problem on the 08. You can see the tire and the axle on the front straightaway.
I think I've only seen that twice in like 6 years.
A
Tough
break.
break for the defending track champion Rusty Bryant, the Everett's Autobots number 08, as he sits stopped in turns 1 and 2.
That's a tough break, and that's the line. That's where he's watching. Digasbury a little bit quick on the start, tries to slow it up, but not enough. As that will go under a false restart. As Bobby Betancourt Jr. in that number 21, high on the speedway to let everybody get by. And we're going to try that one more time next week. Digasbury's got to follow suit. This one's good. Green flag is back out. We're back underway with Clements with a great jump. And Napier trying to get under Digasbury for that second spot. And again, the 21 of Betancourt's got a problem. A tough break for him.
Real tough break for Bobby Betancourt Jr., who had a dynamite run going tonight. But the battle now is between Oh, we got trouble in 3 and 4 as Ferro, Demers, Murphy, and Plant were all involved. Stacy Moulton just skims through as he can avoid that wreck coming out of in 3 and 4.
You gotta wonder what's wrong with Bobby Betancourt. That's unusual. Looks like the flat right front tire. That's exactly what it is. The right front tire is going down. He's gonna try to stay out there, gain a couple of positions. Yarrington looking him over. Let's see if we can get another good start. It is Clements and Digasbury side by side. And Clements with a great jump on the start. Digasbury falling in right behind.
Robbie Kohler, the number 4, had a tough go at it on the restart as he has fallen back a few spots. But Al Clements in the number 72 still your lead in the top 5. Clements, Digasbury, Napier, McQuaid, and Ratcliffe.
Clements a little bit high in the front straightaway, opening up down low, but Digasbury not being able to take advantage of it. And McQuaid is up to 4th. This is the best start of the season.
Trouble coming out of 2 as Wainwright goes around. John Furtado almost collects him. He's able to keep on going. Can Wainwright keep that car going? Yes, he does.
5 laps to go. Al Clements see if he can take down his first win of the season. Digasbury all over the back bumper. You can see Bobby Betancourt trying to gain a couple of spots, gain some points. That's what it's all about.
Digasbury looking for the low side this time by. Cannot get him coming across the stripe. Can he get him going into 1 and 2? It's Clements. Digasbury to the low side. The 71 coming under 72 of Clements. You have a new leader. It's Jerry Digasbury.
Digasbury with a good move down the back straightaway. Clements loose off the second corner, opened up the bottom groove, and Digasbury just took advantage of it. Napier following suit. Here comes last week's winner, Wayne McQuaid, the number 45.
God, I love these guys.
What a run between Digasbury, McQuaid, Clements, Napier, and Ratcliffe, all putting on a show tonight.
2 laps to go for Jerry Digasbury, the Pawtucket, Rhode Island native, as he heads down the back straightaway. Jesse Pluff in the 88 having some problems. He's high on the track. White flag is out one more time around for Jerry Digasbury, followed by Napier, McQuaid, and Clements, your top 4. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Jerry Digasbury looking for win number 1 in the season. Side by side for spot number 2. Checkered flag is up. Out of turn number 4, taking down the win. It's Degasperry second. It's going to be too close to call, but there's no question about your winner. Taking down the win, his first one of 1997.
Hailing from Pawtucket, Rhode Island, driving the Elmwood Auto Service, Cisco's Performance Parts, Custom Auto Body, M&S Race Cars, Cafe Royal, France. Number 71 for the veteran in the street stocks. Give it up for Jerry Degasperry.
The bottom group, and Jerry Degasperry just took advantage. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. Your street stock winner for Jerry Degasperry Jr. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for coming down, help us celebrate our 52nd season here under the Vendetti name. We'd like to thank Bald Hill Dodge for being on hand once again and supplying us with a beautiful pace car and showing us some beautiful trucks from their inventory. Congratulations to all our winners for tonight. Wayne Dion in the Pro Stocks, Bobby LeClaire in the Sportsman Division, Ray Sulier in the Sport Trucks, Jerry Degasperry Jr., Hugh Bowser, and Richard Sprague, all taking down checkered flags for 1997. Don't forget, next Saturday night, Colony Ford Trucks presents the Legend Cars of New England.